Good morning and Epiphany greetings from Northumberland. It's Friday the 13th of January. It's a cold but slightly brighter morning. I'm a little bit later this morning. It's 8 o'clock. Today in the Gospel, Jesus is healing the paralysed man who's lowered through the roof. It's a story of the way in which Jesus brings healing, health and well-being to people. And the church celebrates today two saintly bishops, one who died in 367 and one who died in 603. The bishop who died in 367 was St. Hilary, who became a bishop in Gaul, although he was from the Eastern Church. It recognises that flow between the East and the West. And he was a great defender of the traditional Christian faith against Arianism. And he wrote indeed to the churches both in France, in Gaul, and to churches in the United Kingdom. And so it's good to remember that link. But I want to talk a little bit about the other saintly bishop we remember today, and that's St. Kentigern, or St. Mungo. He died in the year 603, so he is a generation or two generations before the saintly Bishop Aidan, who we remember here in Northumberland as the founder of our Christian church in this place, although of course people came before Aidan. Mungo is a nickname, darling, for people called Kentigern. I don't know why, because I'm not a Gaelic speaker. And he was a bishop of the Strathclyde region of Scotland, and we all know where Strathclyde is, that that area in the central belt of Scotland. And he worked and established churches not only in Scotland. It said he may have founded the church in St Asaph in Wales. And there was a very disjointed political landscape, but he belonged to what we would call the Celtic or the Irish church and not to the Roman church. He settled in Dumfries, he founded the church in Glasgow, and he was above all a missionary, recovering the heritage in the southwest of Scotland, the Christian heritage that dated back to St Ninian. And what we have here is a bishop who is both a missionary and a reviver of the faith of the Scottish people. And I think that's a very important message for us now. Our faith needs reviving. Our faith is not as strong as it was in our country. And we do not always look to the Christian faith and to Christian principles for the way in which we order our own personal lives or the life of our society. And Kentigern's message of the revival of Christianity as is an important one for us now. That as we look at the brokenness of our world, then we need to turn again to the way of love, to the way of Christ, to the way of living that lives for others. One of the great things that Jesus did, as well as to teach, was to heal. And we need healing in our country. We need healing in our health and social services. We need healing in our world. And we need to stand up and proclaim the truth at home, for Ukraine, for Iran, for Afghanistan, and for so many other places. And when we do this, we follow the heritage of Christ and the heritage of the godly bishops we celebrate today. May God bless us all. Amen.